Hey, this is Earthy Love Medicine, and I am on or at the end of day 27 of my juice fast. Yeah, so I haven't made a video the last couple of days. Um, it's kind of the weekend, and I was tired at the end of both days, so it just didn't happen. Um, so, update, I'm still purging a lot of parasites, which is Um, it's kind of emotional. Um, I don't love it. It's like one of those things where it's like, I know this is making me better and I'm getting them out of my body. So obviously, um, that makes me happy. But the experience is like really up close and personal with, something that makes me feel really uncomfortable. So, um, yeah, that part. What else? Um, This morning when I weighed myself, I was 208. So that means that I'm down 80 pounds since I became vegan in on New Year's 2020. Um, but let's see, since the beginning of the year, um, I've lost 32 pounds since the beginning of the year. I think that's what it is. Um, so I had to calculate in my head. Yeah, I think I've lost about 32 pounds since I started in January, because I gained 22 pounds back um, in the last half of 2021. So I had to lose that 22 pounds and then another 10 pounds is what got me where I'm at right now. So I'm really excited how close I am to being under two. Um, I haven't seen that in like a decade, maybe a little longer, a little over a decade. So, and I just like broke out of my resting weight, which is between 215 and 225. So the fact that I and like started my juice fast and did not lose weight, like I just started losing weight like the last week, and I'm losing like a pound a day. Um, some days, not every single day, but it's like a pound to like, a pound every day or every other day. So it's going all of a sudden I'm like losing weight, which I think that's just part of it. Like I think I'm gonna like lose a little bit of weight and then, plateau a little bit and then lose a little bit of weight. I feel like that's how it's gonna go for me. And it's also, I feel like, a matter of like all the stuff that's still built up in me, all of that coming out. And now that I'm going through this and I've researched for a while, I see the obesity as like a symptom of this, gut thing going on here. So um, I'm really hoping that um, this isn't something I ever have to go back to after this. It's been a very emotional, self-loathing road. I think that's how I would say it. Being someone who is, made a lot of effort to like take care of myself and then struggle at it. And, I mean, I've made different steps in my life that make me feel good about decisions that I've made, but I've never fully just like gone all the way with this. So, I don't know, I just feel like this is going to ultimately end up being really super rewarding. Um, I really like, I think I always kind of knew like the last couple of years or whatever that I had parasites. I just felt it in my gut, no pun intended. But excuse me, like living it out and like it's a real thing and I have a lot of them. Um, I mean, I've been taking pictures of my poop because I'm shooting out toiletfuls of fucking it's disgusting. I'm embarrassed. But at the same time, I didn't know, and a lot of us don't. Most of us don't. Or like you hear that and you're like, oh, yeah, I might have one or two, but you don't think about it. Like we're so desensitized to all of this craziness that, even though I thought I might have them, I was more scared to find out if I had them instead of do something about it. So I like that I'm on this other side of the spectrum where it's like, I love myself enough to take this time to do this. And I'm very grateful that I'm in a position right now to do this. Um, because I really believe like this is saving my life. So I know I've said in past videos, like, I don't know where I was going from here. Like, nothing held joy because I don't know, I feel like this is why, because I've been sick inside for so long and didn't really, I knew something wasn't right, but I mean, I think we all just kind of go through that, like, this is just like what life is. And one of the things I was thinking too is what kind of sets me apart from other stories is that, and I'm not saying I'm the only overweight person that's done this, but a lot of the stories that I see, people were already trying to be healthy also, but they were like athletes or this, and like even John Rose, he was a tennis player and he just wanted to be his optimal health, and then he stumbled upon this, and this is what he ended up doing and being about. Um, and I've heard quite a few stories of people being thinner and, I mean, I've seen, some people that were somewhat overweight or whatever, but, like with the obesity and the eczema and all that stuff, I'd love to hear stories. So if there's any of you out there that are experiencing or have experienced what I'm going through, I'd love to hear about it. Um, I really love to relate to other people and what they've gone through. It makes it so much easier. So, um, like, I'd love to hear a story of someone who has a similar story as me, where, they were infested with parasites. Because I feel kind of like, I don't know. A lot of people talk about the mucoid plaque, but I haven't heard many people like regularly talk about like throughout their videos, like, oh my God, I pooed out another fucking toilet bowl. I mean, they're like a lot. I mean, I got this thing that came out yesterday that was like, I don't know, it looked like it was like in a pocket. Like, I don't know how to explain it because the way it came out, it was like the shape of like it had been molded into the side of a pocket or something. And it was literally like a casing of like all worms. And it was so brutal. Hold on, I'm getting a call. I'm gonna call you back, yo. Okay. Let's finish up this video and call them back. Um, so what was I saying? Oh, so just I mean, they're like I got a pocket. The thing that came out was like just all worms. It was like a casing with all worms, and it was like that size, and it had like kind of like a tip kind of shape to it. It was, like, y'all. I had one that came out the other day that was like almost the size of my arm. And I called my husband after I finished all that, and I started crying. I was like, oh my God, like, are they bigger than this? Like, what's going on in my body? Like, so scary, y'all. So, what else? It's been emotional the last couple of days too, definitely, like on and off. Not like just like all over the place, but just like moments where I'm just like, you know? Um, and I'm kind of like just, it sucks how many years that like I've been going through this. And then it's the other side of it that, but like, I'm right there. I'm like right at that like finish line to the next phase, like, because to me, one door closes, another one opens. So, I'm opening a door, which means I'm going to close another. And the door that I'm going to close is like, this is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted my health, and I've always wanted to feel good. And I've always, um, for a long time now, I've wanted the balance of like not being bitchy or grumpy or, I feel like when you don't feel good or when you got all this stuff going on, you're kind of edgy and you don't even know why. And you're just like so justified, um, because you feel like shit, and you don't even know why you're all like, ah. So, um, I don't know. I'm just kind of logging and trying to like make sure that I say what happened in the last couple of days. But um, yeah, and then I took quite a few poo pictures the last like 2 or 3 days because I've had like insane ones. Um, Like one, I just like literally like did an enema and like the whole toilet was like floating with little ones. Like it was just really raggedy. Like like if I'm the, I can't imagine I'm the only person that's like had this many. I mean, I've been a vegan for like the last couple of years, but a raw vegan. So I still had, I mean, not a raw vegan, a cooked vegan. So I did some raw stuff, but I was still mostly like, especially the last part of the year, I was like, ooh. So, but I'm gonna go for now. Day 27, woo woo, all the way over. So, if you're new here, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to hear more about my poop. I mean, my journey. Um, Thank you for just taking the time out to listen to this. And, like, I know I'm not doing much educating. I'm just kind of like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I want to make sure that I stay on top of logging it and, don't let that fall away. That's one thing that I really don't want to do. I want to stay consistent with this. So, obviously, in all the time that I'm doing this, I'm probably going to miss a day or two, but, you know, in the most part, I'm going to try to stay on it as much as I can. So, hope to see you in a new video.